Okay. So I said 40 marks, okay, how to score that 40 marks easily. And these are the short chapters I said, right? I will give you a technique to get the 40 marks easily and how you can make your base marks ready. Okay. So if we could analyze your last 4 attempts paper, the first question, okay, it is from SQC1 for 3 attempts, and you can see one more SQC1 question. So it may be from SQC1 or SA220, both are linked together. That is a chapter number 1 in our module. So it is a question that you will get, and most often you are getting in the compulsory question. Okay, so make sure you are not missing chapter 1. Okay, so that from that you can identify that you can get 5 marks, 4 marks, maybe MCQs 2 marks. So minimum 5 marks assured from the chapter SQC1, right? Okay. So next, if we could analyze Caro, we'll go to Caro. May 24, there is a Caro. Okay. Again, if you could see here, they're highlighted in red color. Caro. Here there is a Caro. Okay. And in the next attempt, that is September 25, there is a Caro question. So Caro 2020 is something we are testing it continuously, but be sure with Caro 2020 and your Companies Act questions. Okay, there is a part of duties of auditor. There is some 143 sections, 143 part is there. You make sure that you are clear with that part also. Okay, so since they have tested for all the 4 attempts Caro 2020, there may be chances that Companies Act part will be tested. Okay, next. So now you are done with the 2 questions. Okay, now you are done with two questions where you have to concentrate for sure, which is SQC1 and SA220 and Caro 2020. These are very important, that it assures you 10 marks in your exams. Okay, the next is digital audit. I would say in digital audit, focus on those areas which is not tested in your exams. Okay, just focus on those areas. It is just a 4 marks in your exams. So don't give more time to digital audit. Try to do digital audit every day, 15 minutes. Try to do one topic daily, such that you will cover that 4 marks. Okay, that 4 marks will be in your hand, and you won't miss any marks if you write the same key points in your book. If you write the same points, you will be getting the marks. Okay, so don't read entirely. Just make sure you are preparing four points in each headings. If they would say like write about a blockchain, what are the challenges, what are the advantages, be prepared for 5 points or 4 points or 3 points. Restrict whatever there is in the study material. If there are more points, go to 5 points. Okay, maximum 5 points. Done. So this is something, it's just very important. Again, 4 marks. So now you are done with your 14 marks. Okay, so digital audit, if you want to leave digital audit, you can leave, but be sure that you want to leave that entire set. Okay, if you want to leave digital audit, you have to leave the entire set. So you just be prepared accordingly. Next is ESG chapter 18. Okay, SDG chapter. This is your next part. So in this one also you're getting for 4 marks, maybe sometimes 5 marks, but it is mostly getting in, you are getting the 4 marks from this chapter. So this is very easy chapter. The nothing, see, too it is too unpredictable. Since they have tested element of the social pillar last time, it is so unpredictable. You just be prepared for whatever the questions they can test in chapter 18, and be very sure about test your knowledge and illustration. There are different questions in chapter 18, illustrations and test your knowledge. Okay, there are some benefits of sustainability, there are some questions. Okay, you just make sure you at least revise those questions once. So this is your next part. Okay, this is your next thing. So we have covered for now. This yellow is done, that is SQC. Red is over, this is Caro 2020, and the green is done. This is the role of auditor, and digital audit, blue is done. So these 4 colors. So this indicates around your 18 marks of your chapters. I guess this 18 marks can be completed in 4 days. Okay, this 4 days. Every day, 3 hours, 3 hours, you can complete these chapters, which will give you a base of 18 marks for sure in your exams. Done. Essay, SAE, SRE, SRS. This is your next set. So if you could say every attempt they are asking 1, this is your second, and this is your third. So 3 questions minimum in May 24 attempt, if you could see what are the portions I have covered is SA 800 series alone, okay, SA 800 series, SRE 2400 that series, and then SAE series and SRS, okay, these are the areas I have covered in this color, okay, in this color, those are the areas covered. So if you could see in May 24, it was around 3 questions, okay, and November 25, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, okay, and 1, 2, 3 questions again, okay. This was May 25, you got again 3 questions, and September 25 you got 1, 2, 3 questions. So anyway you are going to get 3 questions for sure and MCQs, right? So you will be getting around 12 marks, okay, around 12 marks if you go for each 4 marks, 4 marks, 12 marks plus MCQs. So minimum I would say 14 marks, one MCQ will be coming from this area, okay. So 14 marks minimum, 14 marks minimum from whatever the area I told now, okay. So now if you are done with your SQC part, SQC Caro 2020, okay, and then when the AESG SDG part, and then digital audit, that is for your 18 marks, and this is for your 14 marks. So it is around 32 marks you have done, right? So next you focus on professional ethics, right? In professional ethics, if you could target properly professional ethics, you will get very good marks in professional ethics. You can score, if you concentrate only on schedules, you will get 8 marks, okay. I guess 2 schedule questions are being tested every attempt. So if you could see that analysis also, see clause, from the clauses they are asking 2 questions. So from the clauses they are asking 2 questions in the November 24 attempt. Again in May 25, see here there is 1 question, and here 1 more question, and 1 more question is also there in May 25 attempt. So again in September 25 you could see clauses question. So in September 25 there is a clause question and a section question was there, okay. So you have to be thorough with clauses along with this section. So anyway you will get 8 marks of the professional ethics from these areas, okay, from the clauses. Apart from the clauses, you have to be very thorough with the guidelines and the starting part, starting sections, okay, and then the fundamental principles, threats, branches. In the, I could summarize, you can see here SQC 1 plus Caro 2020 plus chapter 18 digital audit, okay. This one you can complete it 4 days, which is of 18 marks, okay. And then SAE, SRS, SAE, SA 800 series, this one you can complete and you can get 14 marks. And PE, concentrate first only on those clauses, be thorough in the clauses, then you go to the other areas of professional ethics. In clauses alone you can get 8 marks. So this is your minimum short marks of 40 marks, you can be assured about this, okay. Once you are done with this layer, okay, if you are done with this layer, then go to the next layer. What is the next layer? The next layer is, I would say, this orange color, okay. This orange color, internal audit, investigation, CFS, and other things, okay, NBFC, bank. If you want to leave bank, okay, if you want to leave bank, just leave bank, no problem, okay, just leave the bank. You just focus only on those areas where you are very confident, okay, just go to those areas. If you want to leave bank, leave the bank. In NBFC, I would request you to read at least those amended areas. Okay, there are parts of amended areas which have not yet been tested in your exams. Be sure about those areas, okay. And in NBFC there are some basic questions, okay, whether they will keep on asking like exception report, and some questions like in consolidations about the report part, okay. Well, if you are also not the auditor of CFS, you are not also the auditor of the component, how will you do, what will you do? There is a changes in the, they don't want to adopt as such a gap, so what you have to do. So there will be some questions in those, are the very benchmark questions. You should not leave the benchmark questions in these areas. As I discussed earlier, I would suggest to go for this 13 to 17 chapter instead of standards on auditing, okay. So if you could focus on these areas, this investigation part, you are very much thorough. You can spend every day for 5, if you spend 5 days, okay, if you spend your 5 days, each day one topic, like 15 chapters, 16 chapters, 17, each one day, if you could cover it in that way, you can cover around in 6 or 7 days, a week, okay, a week time la you can cover these chapters, right? So that's how you will be completing these areas, and from these areas you can check, see in internal audit how much mark is coming. Like the chapter 13 to 17 I have highlighted 1 2 3 4 questions. Okay, so again 1 2 3 4 questions. If you feel your professional ethics is very difficult, that question clause you didn't get the clause, you can attend these question, right? It will help you to score more marks. So again you can see 1 2 3 4 question. So anyway 4 question is coming for every attempt. So if you could see, this is around 18 marks and MCQ, so 20 marks, minimum 20 marks you'll be getting from this chapter. Okay, that is chapter 13 to 17. If you concentrate on chapter 13 to 17 plus this 40 marks, exemption is damn sure. And if you are very clear about these areas, even if you leave your compulsory question, don't worry about the compulsory question is what I would say. Okay, if you're really worried about I'm leaving this chapter, what to do, I'm leaving this question, you just run through the other standards if you have time, those standards which have not tested in this 4 attempts, okay, or which is not often tested, you just select those chapters and go for it. Okay, that is what my opinion is. And one of my feeling is saying that you will get SAE 3402 this time, that a service organization ka assurance standards is something I feel that you may get this time, so be sure about that also. Okay, and in the last attempt SAE was not tested, so again SAE SRS is important for this attempt. Okay, you just make a very concrete understanding, and in SRE they ask 2 questions. Okay, last attempt they asked SRE 2 questions, so if you are reading a set, read it entirely. They may ask from any nook and corner. Okay, anything they can ask, be very sure about it. Yes, with this we have completed our analysis of the paper. If you want to know how to prepare audit, there is another video you can check in my channel, so that you will get the understanding of how to prepare the audit, and then keep this as a base to prepare for your exams, and do the exams very well, guys. All the best for you. Thank you.